You ever spend too much time in front of your computer and just wonder how did we arrive at this point in history? Like, how did we get to the point where people will believe anything that's put in front of their face? Lately, my feed's been blowing up with this fruit and vegetable coating called Apeel, so my life's consisted of being told that it's toxic and to avoid it at all costs, to it's perfectly safe and not to worry about it. There's talk about how the ingredients haven't fully been disclosed, with some posts saying that it's made with citric acid and others saying that it's made from mono and diglycerides, which are emulsifiers. Honestly, I don't eat much these days that would be coated with Apeel, so it doesn't really matter to me, but it might matter to you, and this is why we're talking about it today. If we do a quick Google search, we'll find the GRAS application, or the generally recognized as safe application PDF for Apeel. You can read through this if you want. It states that Apeel is a mixture of monoacylglycerides derived from grapeseed. It tells us that there are trace amounts of arsenic, lead, and mercury in it. It also tells us that the upper estimate for daily consumption of Apeel is about 218 milligrams per day. So we have some answers here, sort of. And this next post from AP is definitely my favorite in terms of this Apeel topic. I took the liberty of reading this and wasting my time so you don't have to. So, what do we have here? AP is saying that some influencers fucked up and mistook Apeel for a cleaning product with the same name from the UK. So they say the influencers said that the Apeel coating has warnings saying stuff like, this product can irritate the eyes and lungs, keep out of reach of children, and that sort of thing. Honestly though, if there's a cleaning product with the same exact name as the Apeel fruit and vegetable coating, then it sounds like a massive marketing error on the part of Apeel Sciences, but that's just my opinion. The thing about it is, there are actually two products from Apeel. Apeel for your general run-of-the-mill produce, and Apeel for your special organic produce. And this is where shit gets pretty confusing. AP is kind enough to link us to the Apeel surface cleaner safety info, where we can clearly see that the company is different, the address is in the UK, and the product is obviously not a coating for fruits and vegetables or food of any kind. What AP doesn't link us to is the information about Apeel.
Without the mumbo jumbo.
This is the EPA.gov link to this product. Okay, so Apeel provides reduction of spoilage and decay caused by non-public health microorganisms on the surface of unprocessed fruits and vegetables. Apeel, maybe not Apeel, is made of 0.66% citric acid and 99.34% other ingredients. Other ingredients? And then we got Korock, baby.
Oh!
Keep out of reach of children. Causes moderate eye irritation. Avoid contact with the eyes or clothing. Wash thoroughly with soap and water after handling and before eating or drinking. Not only that, but Apeel, maybe not Apeel, is registered as a fungicide. I wish that AP would have at least had a screenshot of the social media posts that were supposedly first talking about this, because I couldn't really find any that cited Apeel surface cleaner instead of the Apeel EPA page. If anything, it seems like most people don't even know that there are two different Apeel coatings. I didn't know that there was an Apeel and Apeel until I started looking this shit up for this episode. Now, in the levels cited in the FDA GRAS application, I'm sure Apeel isn't acutely toxic. Kind of like seed oils, like if you have McDonald's once in a while, it's not going to send you to the hospital immediately. But chronic consumption of processed food, on the other hand, that can do some damage over time, and it's demonstrated in scientific studies. So my big question as I'm reading all of this, and it's with all coatings, paraffin wax, Apeel, anything else, my question is, how clean is the produce before it's sprayed with the sealant to begin with? So if the fruits, vegetables, and berries being sprayed with this sealant aren't 100% clean, aren't 100% free of pesticides, herbicides, and who knows what else is put on the food these days, what's the likelihood of these being stuck inside the coating and then going into our bodies when we eat the food? The FDA GRAS application details the intended amount per 100 kilograms of different fruits and vegetables in terms of how much Apeel is put on it, and explains how they arrived at the maximum of 218 milligrams of Apeel being consumed per day as a maximum. But Having a background in manufacturing, I'm wondering about the consistency of the preparation of the spray and then the consistency of actually spraying Apeel on the products. Like, it's not unusual that maybe like one side of like a lemon or something might have a really thick coating and then there's not so much on the other side, or maybe some are thin, maybe some are thick. Like, it's not always consistent. I'm just here to present the information though, and whatever you decide to purchase at the grocery is, in the end, your own choice. The AP article and some other articles might have you thinking that this is being blown out of proportion, but if you've seen movies like Dark Waters, or if you're anything like me and you spend way too much time glued to an office chair staring at a computer trying to figure this shit out, then you'll know that some products labeled as safe in the past have turned out to be not so safe in the future. And by the future, I mean the present, like right now, like C8 and other forever chemicals and asbestos in baby powder for 40 years, or Bayer Monsanto paying out over $10 billion in cancer lawsuit settlements for Roundup. Sometimes new innovations don't fare so well over time, especially innovations that we eat or put on the stuff that we will eat in the near future. Personally, these days, I feel like if there are too many questions surrounding a new product, I'll tend to avoid it if I can. I think humans have made amazing advances in science, but after speaking with expert researchers and scientists, I've learned that there's a lot that we still do not know. And this is coming from the perspective of someone who's had chronic illnesses all my life. Pretty much every episode is, so your mileage may vary. I'm a huge fan of science, the scientific process, and empirical thinking. I just think that there needs to be more emphasis on transparency. And I think the way to get there is to generate and continue having conversations like this one. But I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on this? Is Apeel something you're worried about? Is it something that you're not worried about? Let me know why or why not in the comments below. Subscribe for more videos like this so we can continue the conversation. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, give it a like and share it with someone who might find it interesting. Thank you for watching, and an even bigger thanks to all of you that have reached out via email or in the comments. Take care.